Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS FANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland, BROWNS FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying close attention to the NFL landscape lately, you know that the Cleveland Browns are entering a very interesting phase. The team has been making headlines not just because of their recent draft picks or offseason moves, but because of the larger strategic implications for their future quarterback plans and how that might reshape their trajectory in the AFC North and beyond. This offseason, the Browns made some bold moves, selecting 2 quarterbacks in the 2025 NFL Draft. That alone sent a message to the league, to fans, and to their division rivals. Cleveland is serious about the quarterback position and about competing at the highest level. But interestingly enough, despite these investments, the team's immediate outlook still seems to be a bit uncertain, especially considering their current quarterback situation. At the moment, Cleveland's starting quarterback is Joe Flacco. Yes, Flacco, the veteran who has been around for quite some time, has stepped into the lineup. And while Flacco brings experience, leadership, and a lot of playoff miles under his belt, it's fair to say that fans are aware that the Browns' quarterback depth chart is exactly the most glamorous or the most promising for a team that's aiming to be a perennial contender. They have Deshaun Watson under contract, a player with immense talent, but also plenty of question marks regarding consistency and health. On top of that, the Browns added rookies Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders, young guns with potential, but still very much unproven at the NFL level. But here's where the story gets really intriguing. Despite these options, an insider, Nick Baumgardner of The Athletic, predicts that Cleveland's future plans are pointing toward a major shift at the quarterback position. According to Baumgardner, the Browns are expected to have the 2nd overall pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. And get this, they're seen as potential suitors for a highly talented young college quarterback named Lenoris Sellers from South Carolina. Now, why is this significant? Well, Sellers is entering this college football season with serious momentum, and his stock is rising fast. He's a 20-year-old quarterback with a lot of tools to develop, and he's already making waves with his athleticism and his ability to throw downfield. Baumgardner highlights that Sellers had some very impressive stretches last season, particularly in the pocket. He's a big guy, 6'3", 242 pounds, and remains dangerous in the open field, which makes him a nightmare for defenses. His size, combined with his athleticism, gives him a unique profile that many NFL scouts are now paying close attention to. Still, he's young, and like many prospects, he's got some habits to iron out. But the potential is undeniable. The projection is that if Sellers continues to develop, he could be the franchise quarterback that Cleveland has been searching for, someone to lead the team into a new era. If that happens, it could mean a complete overhaul of the Browns' quarterback room. The current third-string quarterback, Shedeur Sanders, who was drafted in the 5th round in 2025, might find himself in a fierce competition for a roster spot. Sanders has already shown he belongs. He's put in the work, and he's earned his place on the team. But with the Browns potentially eyeing Sellers as their future franchise quarterback, Sanders' role could be limited, especially if Sellers lives up to expectations. Sanders, who's already the 3rd string, is in a delicate position. He's on the roster, but he's also fighting for his future and playing time. His comments to NFL Network's Bridget Cannon reflected confidence and a high regard for himself. But the reality is that, with the draft approaching and the team's long-term plans in mind, he'll need to continue to impress and stay ready. And speaking of Sellers, his rise is truly remarkable. Entering this season, he's already seen as a potential early pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, and his goal is to lead the South Carolina Gamecocks to the college football playoff. That's a lofty ambition, but if his performances in the coming weeks mirror what analysts like Dan Orlovsky have seen, comparing him to a young Ben Roethlisberger, then his stock could skyrocket even further. Orlovsky, a former NFL quarterback turned analyst, drew some striking comparisons after week 1 of the college season. He noted that Sellers is like Big Ben, but faster, 6'3", 235 pounds, a tremendous athlete with a strong arm and the ability to throw deep with confidence. Orlovsky emphasized that Sellers has shown significant growth in his ability to stretch the field, and he's one of the best quarterbacks in college football right now. If Sellers manages to develop along this trajectory, he could be the kind of quarterback who transforms a franchise. Think about it. Ben Roethlisberger, over 18 seasons, achieved everything you could dream of: 2 Super Bowl titles, 6 Pro Bowls, and a reputation as one of the most durable and clutch quarterbacks of his era. If Sellers can reach even a fraction of that level, the Cleveland Browns could have hit the jackpot. But of course, it's still early, and the NFL is a league where development, coaching, and a bit of luck play crucial roles. Still, the Browns' front office appears to be thinking long-term, and the draft strategy indicates they're willing to invest in a future star, even if it means some short-term struggles. Now, let's talk a little about the current season. Cleveland's roster has some interesting pieces, but the quarterback situation remains the biggest question mark. Joe Flacco, with his veteran savvy, is there to stabilize things, but everyone knows he's not the long-term answer. Deshaun Watson's presence adds a different dimension. If he's healthy and plays up to his potential, he could still be a game-changer. But as things stand, the team's immediate prospects aren't exactly glowing. Their current standing in the standings reflects that they're expected to be near the bottom of the league again, which makes their draft position in 2026 even more critical. Having the second overall pick is a massive advantage, and it allows the Browns to target a player like Sellers, who could redefine their future. This entire scenario also raises questions about the team's overall strategy. Are they content to wait for Sellers to mature in college, or are they planning to make some bold moves in the next offseason? Will they try to upgrade their roster around Watson and the other veterans to make a playoff push, or will they prioritize developing their young talent? These are the questions fans are asking, and the answers will shape the next few seasons. The Browns have shown flashes of brilliance in recent years, especially with their dominant defense and the potential of their offensive weapons. But at the core, everything hinges on that quarterback position, something they've been trying to solve for decades now. And it's worth mentioning that Cleveland's history with quarterbacks has been a roller coaster. They've had some bright spots, but consistency has eluded them. The hope now is that Sellers, if he lives up to the hype, could be the franchise quarterback who finally brings stability and success. The team's front office has been patient, investing in draft capital and developing their roster, but fans are eager for that next big star to emerge. Watching the college season unfold, seeing Sellers' performances, and then watching how the Browns plan to approach their quarterback strategy in the coming years will be fascinating. The division itself is changing, with teams like Cincinnati and Baltimore always in the mix, but Cleveland seems poised to make some noise if they hit on the right guy. And what about the coaching staff? They've shown a willingness to develop young talent and adapt their game plans. If Sellers joins the team in 2026, he'll need a coaching staff that can help him succeed at the NFL level from day one. The transition from college to pro is significant, but with the right mentorship and system, Sellers could be a quick riser. And remember, the Browns aren't just looking for a quarterback who can throw and run. They want a leader, someone who can command the huddle, inspire his teammates, and handle the pressure of leading a franchise. If Sellers can develop that mental toughness and leadership, he'll be a perfect fit for Cleveland. All in all, folks, the Browns are at an exciting crossroads. The combination of their current roster, the potential of their draft picks, and the emerging talent like Lenoris Sellers makes this upcoming season and the next few years extremely intriguing. Cleveland fans have been waiting patiently for a quarterback to truly elevate their team, and it looks like they might finally be on the verge of that breakthrough. Whether it's Watson, the rookies, or a future star like Sellers, the Browns are building something special. The AFC North is tough, competitive, and always evolving, but Cleveland is positioning itself to be a major player in the near future. The draft, the college season, and the off-season moves will determine the direction they take, but one thing is for sure, there's a lot to be excited about for Browns fans right now. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUB algorithm to keep recommending, the the latest Cleveland Browns news to you. It's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on all this? Are you excited about the potential of Norris Sellers? Do you believe that the Browns are making the right long-term investments at quarterback? Or do you think they should focus on immediate success with Watson and their current roster? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cleveland Browns. I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Cleveland Browns news, because this story is far from over, and the best is yet to come for this franchise. Thanks for hanging out with us today, and as always, go Browns!